Discuss. I'm joined by distinguished professor at Touro College, Thane Rosenbaum, and joining us, Senate Chairman for the National Iranian Conference, Amir Fkhravar. Thane, Amir, great to see both of you. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
All right, Amir, I want to go to you first, specifically regarding that Iranian newspaper saying that Mike Pompeo, and former President Donald Trump could be next and should fear for their lives. Your reaction to that?
Look what newspaper we are talking about. It's Kayhan newspaper. This is the official newspaper of the Iranian Supreme Leader's office. It's not just a newspaper. Everything in Kayhan, the director of this newspaper, Hossein Shariat Madari, says it's the official word of the Supreme Leader. Yes, they are planning to do that, and they are saying it was the retaliation of the killing of Qasem Soleimani, which was the amazing job of President Trump to kill him. And the regime is celebrating right now. They are not happy that the Salman Rushdie is not dead right now. Last week, the DOJ released a statement and said another terrorist of the IRGC, Shahram Poursafi, he tried to kill John Bolton in D.C. And to make a news for you, I was the target. I'm coming from the briefing of FBI, and they told me I was the Iranian target in Houston, Texas. For this guy, the same guy, Shahram Poursafi, he was trying to find my house address in Houston. Wow. And this regime is doing that. The IRGC's job is this. And the question is, why Biden administration is talking with these crazy mullahs, and the mullahs are requesting Biden to remove IRGC's name from the terror list when they are planning for terror in the United States? Right. Unbelievable.
Yeah, Thane, going to you here. I mean, we seem to be hearing something different related to Iran more and more frequently, it seems, besides the Salman Rushdie stabbing. Also, as Amir pointed out, the Poursafi incident with Bolton and also Pompeo. And of course, continuing potentially to have these nuclear talks with the Iranian government. It seems like we're maybe not focusing on what we should, which is national security at this point.
Katrina, first of all, I was very sorry to hear about the threat on Amir's life. Didn't know that. I'm sorry to hear that, Amir. But I'm not surprised. This is a theocracy, and it's also a death cult. It's appalling to me that Muslims around the world would even tolerate the idea that this is the way they're seen by the rest of the world, that they're imposing blasphemy laws against the rest of the world. Remember, people forget it wasn't just the death threat fatwa against Rushdie. His Japanese translator, Katrina, was killed. In Japan, right? His Norwegian publisher was nearly killed. His Italian translator was nearly killed. What Iran is basically saying here, again, is these blasphemy of laws must apply to everyone. That the fact that blasphemy laws don't apply to any other religion just demonstrates, again, how extremist Islam simply is incompatible with Western values. And yes, why, as Amir said, why are we negotiating with Iran? We understand that when they talk about the only enrichment they know about is uranium enrichment. They don't understand enrichment of anything else, ideas, books, culture. This is a medieval theocratic society, murderous to the core, right? All they do is scream death to America, death to Israel. Who talks like this? What other country in the world can bring out 40,000 people to scream and burn things, flags in effigy, death to America? What does that tell you about this regime? Why would we trust anything that they're saying when they're now, after Rushdie is trying to preserve his life, they're applauding the stabbing and wishing for his death, as Amir pointed out?
Yeah, Amir, we're almost out of time, but just want to ask you one quick question. the fatwa that was taken out 30 years ago on Salman Rushdie has never been denounced by the Iranian government. It still stands. So is that something that, there's a $3 million bounty on Salman Rushdie's head. Just your response to the fatwa and the fact that it has never been removed. Again, just a few seconds.
Iranian crazy supreme leader, Ali Khamenei, he said Khomeini's fatwa is irrevocable. That means the fatwa is there until Salman Rushdie is dead. Still is there, the money still is there because the guy, Hadi Matar, couldn't kill Salman Rushdie. And yeah, they are still trying and they will try.
All right. Thane Rosenbaum, Amir, Fkhravar, thanks so much for joining us. I still want to know why there was no security at that event. Anyway.